Hello and welcome to Matt's Minute. This month we're going to be talking about establishing those secure relationships. Indicator 5.3b. As you can see in our rubric, it talks about the amount of interactions we have or the amount of time that we have those positive interactions with our students. I love this quote because it talks about how we can be that person, that plus one for our students. That person that pushes each child to be the best they can be and then go beyond that. That plus one who really knows our students. They know their strengths and push them beyond that so they can do things that they've never imagined. How powerful it would be if each of our students heard this message from adults in our building. As long as you're in my life, I'm not going to let quitting be easy for you. I'm going to challenge you, confront you, push you, and coach you because you're worth it. One of the ways that we can continue to build positive relationships and have those interactions with our students is through a positive closing affirmation. Think about how you end each day. There are days that class is a little hectic, and maybe we're relieved when the bell rings and it's time to go home. We've all had those days. But in order to continue to develop those relationships, we might leave with a positive closing affirmation. And that's simply a statement that you make to the class that reminds them that you believe they're important. It doesn't have to be long or drawn out. It can be a quick statement right there before they pack up and leave. It can be something as simple as, okay guys, there's the bell. See you tomorrow. Don't forget to do your homework. You're amazing and I believe in you. Goodbye. So I've seen some students who give high fives and hugs on the way out. And I know that every day can't end with a hug line or high fives, but I would encourage you to find ways to send your students off with some kind of reminder of how important they are to you. We all know there are students who believe that they don't have any value, that maybe they come from a challenging home life or they have feelings of inferiority. And that positive closing affirmation could be the one time in their day that they feel very special. It would even be more valuable if we could identify those particular students who have that challenging home life or who maybe don't feel so well about themselves and make a positive personal affirmation just for them. Of course, there are days that you don't feel like giving that class a closing affirmation. Maybe they weren't the best class that day. Maybe let them leave without saying anything. But I guarantee you'd have somebody who would say, what? No goodbye today? One thing that I think I learned on those days that my students had those quote unquote bad days, when the kids weren't the angels they were supposed to be, it was more my fault than theirs. Maybe I didn't prepare a good enough lesson plan. Maybe they weren't cognitively engaged throughout the day. But that shouldn't have stopped me from sending them off with an affirmation. So today, think about making your kids feel as special as they leave the room. Maybe it's the last thing they'll hear. And that's why we want them to leave our day with that positive affirmation. Some of our students probably don't need this, and they probably won't even notice it. But I guarantee you that that little statement of appreciation and affirmation will have a profound effect on those few kids who are feeling less than special. Remember, you have the choice to create your own weather. Stephen Covey talks about we have the choice, we can be proactive, and this is a great way to be proactive with our students. I'm sure you've seen this before. It's from Rita Pearson. It says, every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connections and insists they become the best they can possibly be. For those of you who haven't seen this particular speech, it's a powerful speech. It's about 8 minutes long. I think I've watched it 10 times at least. And I find myself watching it every so often. It's a great reminder that we are the champions for our students. Every student has a voice. We are the person that can help find that voice. We are the person that can help students realize that they are a genius in some way. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a great rest of your day.